Hello citizens of Tokusatsu Central, I am Jared Rand, and today I'm going to bring you my favorite Toku items, I guess you can call them, of 2017. Now, 2017 was a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, is whatever you want to say, and I kind of wanted to pay tribute to a year that's been very integral to my life, of which I will keep out of here. I moved, got a divorce, my parents got a divorce, it's a bunch of stuff, but it was a very integral year to me, and it was the year that got me back into Super Sentai, Kamen Rider. Sort of 2016, but 2017 was the main year that got me back into Sentai, of all things, and it really kind of changed it all, with Q Ranger and all that stuff, and so I wanted to pay tribute to it. And so, as a reference, in a sense, this video was inspired by Dosmrider. I will link him in the description below. So, I'm going to share some of my favorite things of the year for Tokusatsu. So, right on to it. Now, we are going to talk about the toys first. Basically, my favorite Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and Ultraman toy of the year. So, kicking it right off, we have my favorite Kamen Rider item of the year, the Mighty Creator VXR Gash. Now, this Gash is quite different than most of them because instead of being the simple solid Gash, it is instead very clear and a little different than most of the other Gash. The design is a lot better than most Gash as it has a more streamlined effect. The actual plastic on the toy is very clear instead of the usual solid, and it's done in a lot more of my favorite type of blue, and it really, really shines thanks to the playability of the toy, as well as it can be used in the gamer driver, of course, as usual, but as well being able to be used in any other toy that you want for the X-Aid line, because it's the usual usual Gashat shape. So, honestly, this guy is a clear winner for me for the Kamen Rider line. So on to the next thing is, of course, something you may have expected if you've seen my channel and how much I love it. I haven't mentioned it as much as I could have, but I do love this toy. The G Dreiser, of course, from Ultraman G, my first Ultraman show, not my last, though. Taking a closer look at it, as you can see, it's done in this beautiful, beautiful red coloring. On camera, it looks a little bit over bright, but in real life, it's actually much more of a cherry red. It's beautiful. The gold on it, it's done so well. The silver, the black, the functionality of the toy is really good. I love the DNA strand in here being a very clear indication about how much the show cares about its storyline as well. And just how hefty it feels, how good it feels to hold it in the hand. Being able to press that trigger and how good it feels. I just love everything about this toy and how it was created, how it was made. Everything about it. Even the add-ons, the Ultra Zero Eye, along with the King Sword, which goes along great with this toy. And a bunch of other things in the line, like a bunch of the other Ultra Capsule sets, go great with this, as it can read all of them. And no matter which one you find, they will all basically sound that sort of noise. So, the G Dreiser. I would definitely recommend getting a full set with the Ultra Zero Eye Neo, but I went a different route. Almost. And then the last toy for the actual toy lineup, as in, you know, all this stuff for the toys. For Sentai, the Psychocuteamma. This has a lot of electronics. It has an on and off switch, unlike another electronic Cuteamma. That's why this guy wasn't on the list, because it doesn't have an on and off switch like this guy. But this has a lot better gimmicks than the Hikari Cuteamma. It has, of course, the spinning gimmick. The button gimmick on the top is handled a lot better than the Hikari Cuteamma. The button and reading for the actual Cuteamma is done a lot better because it doesn't read anything. In the Seiza Blaster, it doesn't even need a Seiza Blaster to work, because the Seiza Blaster can be turned off, and this will work the exact same as it will when it's on. Taking a closer look at it, as you can see, once again, like the G Dreiser, it's done in a semi-cherry red coloring, but not as vibrant as this red. Of course, with the rings all having the sort of gems of the different Q Rangers and their Cuteamma. And then one feature I love is that it's numbered 315, which, of course, as you should know, is the number. When all of those numbers are added up, it equals 9. I really wish it said something that it didn't say that. I wish it said Q on there or something like that, but still, I can't complain. It looks pretty freaking cool. Overall, I love anything involving Kyuranger in terms of the toys, and this really hit it out of the park for me. Alright, and now on to an honorable mention. It is, of course, boom, the Rabbit Tank Sparkling full full bottle. Really a great toy in terms of build standards. It's got great electronics, it's got a very nice, colorful display, but one of the only problems I find with this toy is it's a little limited, considering that Build's toy line was overall pretty limited. So, of course, what could be next after the toys? So, for our next and final category, as this wasn't intended to be a very long video, I'm going to be sharing my favorite overall Toku media favorite things. What I enjoyed from Toku's media. Mainly the best Toku shows and the best, in my opinion, Toku movie. We had 3 Toku movies come out this year: Ultraman Orb, Lend Me the Power of Your Lights, Kamen Rider X8 True Ending, and then, of course, Kyuranger's Geth Indabe no Jakushu, or the Geth Star's Return. So, for TV shows, what was my favorite? I'm going to go a little bit on a Dosmrider note and say that Kyuranger was my overall favorite show from the year, because honestly, it brought back Sentai in my eyes. Sentai was at a very low point. The ratings were going so far down that it's unbelievable for a show that was surpassing Kamen Rider. But it was going down because the shows weren't good anymore. Like, Ninja sucked, Zyuohger sucked, and then Kyuranger comes out of nowhere and just brings new life into Sentai. The first episode immediately grabbed me in how much they were willing to throw out onto the table in terms of possibilities and what they can do, and so many things that they explored throughout the show. A decent amount of character development as well, especially with the main red Sentai of the team changing from a over-enthusiastic, kid-like character into a full-blown hero. I love this show, alright? Kyuranger is one of my favorite Sentais, and I put it very close to my heart, as it is my return to the Sentai series after I skipped Zyuohger, because Zyuohger can suck my ass. So, what was my overall favorite movie from the Tokusatsu community this year? My favorite Tokusatsu movie this year, of course, going along with my mighty creator VXR Gash, it is, of course, the movie for X8, Kamen Rider X8 True Ending. Yes, I can classify this as a Toku movie for 2017 because it came out in 2017. It was released in theaters in 2017. It only came out on Blu-ray in 2018. This was released back in the summer of 2017. So, of course, I didn't buy it then. I got it as a Christmas present. let's get on to the movie. The movie, in my opinion, all I can really do is repeat points that Marco Satsu did. He basically said everything that needed to be said. He basically mentioned how the movie felt like a much bigger version of an episode from the TV show. You know, the usual, a child is sick, and, you know, from the Bugster virus, but this time it's bigger and better. You know, the semi-ride player characters that they have, the ninja people, I don't remember the names, that makes it feel even bigger because now they're customized to a specific game instead of being a stereotypical ride player, which is basically just a simple rider suit if there were no real original games to go with it. Another thing I love is the overall feel of the movie. Once again, it feels much more large-scaled. It feels like it's bigger. It feels like it has a purpose to existing. So overall, I loved Kamen Rider X8's movie, True Ending. And it wasn't necessarily a true ending because we have a lot more X8 things to go through. X8 was my return to the Kamen Rider series, and I'm so glad I got to continually watch it and see it to the very end. So, thank you guys for watching. Like if you enjoyed the video that much. Subscribe if you want to see more, and comment if you want to ask anything about my points made in this video. Of course, check out my Instagram, Rand.Jared, and check out my other YouTube channel, Jared the Collector New. And I will see my fellow citizens of Tokusatsu Central next time when we review the Ultraman G DX Ultra Capsule Kaiser or Chimera Barros set. I almost said Kaiser Belial because capsules in the set, I gotta learn this.